Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul o'clock! Yes, with a package from bricklink.com and some other bits and bobs. Alrighty, let's get into this bad boy. Now this order has quite an interesting name to remind me what's inside, and it is Old Grey Shrimp, which sounds pretty disgusting, doesn't it? Sounds like something you'd very much regret eating and then would, repeat, let's say. Anyway, I toss that over my head, knock over my filming light, there we go, and we're back in the room. But no, it's actually got a comma in it, a very important comma, so it's actually Old Grey, comma, shrimp. So there you go, those are the two constituent really important parts, and it's not that big. It's made a bit bigger by the inclusion of these two big panels in not Old Grey but normal grey, and they are these Batman ones from 10672, Batman Defend the Batcave from 2014, a junior set that I've bought this piece before, and my idea was to kind of remove the print and use it, or more simply actually I think is what I'll really do is just put it backwards like that, and that will be some sort of repeating arches, like kind of, well, not an aqueduct, but you know what I mean, underneath Major Oak Hill, just to support it and look better when you're looking at through the tunnel entrances sort of diagonally, and you see some grey walls rather than some bright white stanchions or something like that. So that's the thinking behind them. Just a time saver really. Let's get Robin in the middle. So I'll tell you what, I'll show them on their pattern side for now. Then we've got this great big bag full of distilled goodness. Shall I go straight for the shrimp element of my purchase, if I can find it? Oh yes, here we go. So essentially, the problem is, I've just brought these for show. I've got loads of Atlantis creatures, hammerhead shark, manta ray, the lovely squid warrior, and so on. And who's this one? The barracuda, all sorts of ones like that. And what I wanted to do was add the monkey kid ones to the mix. So we've got the crab head, but I've brought today the shrimp head one, which got these lovely kind of moustache and the tail all down the back. And what I did was use the same torso that actually was from a squid warrior that was sent in to me, and just some red legs to act as its body, because, well, it didn't have one, or at least the one it had was very sort of monkey kiddie, so I didn't really want that. So I thought I could probably do better. So essentially I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of that. And then this is what I got to replace it. A little torso with sort of muscles on and a bit of sort of speckling that could be from Under the Sea Life. And that comes from a Crust Smasher character, which is in 9 Nexo Knight sets, including 70312, Lance's Mecha Horse from 2016, which is rather fabulous. And then I've got some legs as well. Now these look like basic red legs, and oh, those ones are. I think that's a mistake. Let's see if the other ones are the same. Oh no, the vendor's made a mistake here. Those ones should have had little red toes on, little black toes rather, on the red legs. Oh, that's a real shame. I have to put those back on the list because they were from the Series 18 Dragon Suit Guy. So you can see from that picture exactly what I was going for. Anyway, that would go on there and make him look like he had little clawy feet as well. And let's try out the head, see if it works. Oh, it's all the same colour at least now. Golly, that's a bit of a squeeze. There we go. Hey, so that's a bit better. Imagine he's got claws on his little feet. Oh yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Those shrimp aren't usually bright red when they haven't been cooked. So that's the other thing. It's a bit odd about this character. But anyway, so yeah, I quite like that. That's good. And I've only got one shrimp head, I think. Or at least I could only find one. So I didn't know if, the other one hadn't been sent in. I did have another one sent in by one of you. I don't think I did. I think I got a crab one sent in. Or maybe I did. Anyway, if I have, I'll find it, no problem. And I got a second body with, again, the wrong legs. So, that is future-proof for that. So, we have a much better shrimp man now for our undersea scenes. Oh yeah, I love him. Can't go over the fact that he's definitely been cooked though. That's a bit odd. Severely sunburned shrimp. Anyway, right, other minifigure pieces. We have the body from the Alien Trooper from sets like 7066, Earth Defense HQ from 2011. And if there hasn't been another mistake, yeah, we've got his legs in here. They were listed separately. And if I haven't been mistaken again, yeah, there we go. There's his head, which was also listed separately. So these are the things I'm having to resort to now to get my additional Alien Conquest aliens. I'm having to buy them in bits, but when they're all in the same store, it makes it a little bit easier. So he just needs a ray gun, and we're pretty much on our way. And while I was there, I got an extra set of legs and an extra set of legs, which I don't need. It's the torsos that I seem to be most short of at the moment. So we've got some green plates to do that sort of one stud boundary around the end of the room where my actual room has been plastered. You can see how accurate the plasterers were. Over sort of about 5 meters or whatever the room is, they got the room not flat to the tune of one stud, which I think is still absolutely remarkable. Miles better than I'd have ever achieved. Then we've got some of these supports, and we've got them in all sorts of colours. I just bought them all because they're quite useful for holding things up, as you can imagine. So I've got white ones, which I'm planning to use along with the ones that I'm going to take out from underneath the castle, which are very visible at the moment, to make a car park facade or extension to the car park or something like that, because they use the white ones. So I think that'll be really good. Then I've got brown ones, dark brown, which could be used either underneath in the underground sort of area, so it's soil coloured, or as a tree. That's the thinking there. Got a couple of those now. And then these ones, didn't know, maybe under the sea or something like that, because they've got loads of points where you could attach, a plate or a rock or something like that, or some sort of growth that was halfway up something, all over the place, or fish swimming or something like that. And, well, I just think they're quite versatile. So imagine you're holding something up, but then you've also got it supporting a pair of them could support a whole plate worth of bricks on studs on the side, and have loads of normally sort of stud-mounted, therefore horizontal coral mounted vertically, or something like that. So anyway, that's a sympathetic colour for that. So I figure I'm going to keep buying those. Then we've got a nice ladder with the rails on. Now, I'm thinking, rather than using it like that for my fire department, those are all white in my fire department, I was going to use it this way as sort of a gantry for walking around. And I'm thinking that will be part of a prison complex. Because one of the things I really wanted to get my old city that I never had room for was kind of like an Alcatraz Island type, prison island set type setup. Whether it be actual island or whether it will just be sort of on the waterfront, I don't know. But either way, I think those are linking one side of it to the other. Maybe with another one with steps down or something like that. You can always clip things to those, or maybe you can't. But anyway, you get the idea. I think it would be really good. It kind of looks really industrial, or it could even be used in an industrial facade, actually. So linking two, I don't know, great big tanks or something together. So yeah, that is a great piece if you ask me. Hey, I ran out of these for ballast, amongst other things. I've even run out of the dots, but yeah, not too many short. So that's pretty good. They are for a new funny build, which I've sort of only briefly alluded to, as are these pieces, which will be its awning. So you sort of get the colour scheme that will be involved, yellow and red. Yeah, that looks like quite a good quality piece given its age, because these came in a few freestyle buckets, like 4152, back in 1995. Yeah, it sounds like something you get from KFC, that, doesn't it? A freestyle bucket, sir? Since when do we start eating food served in buckets, I ask you? Anyway, right, I've started collecting these hollow. Well, it's not important that they're hollow, but it's important that they're clear. So I've started collecting these round 4x4 plates in clear, and I will be collecting them in other sort of transparent colours, let's say, because I'm going to use an absolute ton of them to make a masterpiece. And they go for all sorts of different prices, I tell you. Some people are selling them for sort of 8p or something like that each, and I'll need an absolute raft of them. Whereas other people seem to think that they're worth an absolute fortune and worth their weight in gold, and they're charging sort of 30, 40p each. So I'm not buying all of those ones. So yeah, it'll take me a while to get to the total required, which is a lot. So yeah, I'll keep buying those for a while, but that's a good start. Not even enough of a start, though, to start playing with it, really. Bit more path in there, bits for flyers. Yeah, I've got loads of bits for my lime flyer. Do you remember me showing you that the other week? Basically, I said I'd need, well, it kind of looked a bit messy because I had some yellow pieces where I needed patterned ones. So I've got a few patterned ones on this haul. Oh, there's this sort of front engine block type bit. This is the back sort of tail bit with, is that a print or a sticker? Well, it's a sticker, but it is perfectly placed. I won't need to move that using my patented hot tea technique. Actually, I look at it a bit more now, and it's slightly off to the left at the bottom. Do you see that? So I probably will move it, because I'm a pedant. Anyway, this bit came from 70702, the Warp Stinger, right on the end of the tail there from 2013. Galaxy Squad set, which looks rather awesome. I think all of the Galaxy Squad are pretty cool. They're just not quite as cool as Alien Conquest. So yeah, you can't have everything in your city. But yeah, it's also got a really cool Scorpion kind of based alien gun there. I think I might, pinch that idea. That's a pretty good idea. Anyway, yeah, so that is a very good tailpiece for that Stinger and for my little flyer, which will just be a little sort of Ninjago City sort of in the air type, Coruscant type flyer. And I'm going to use one of these two on the front. I was sort of leaning more towards this printed one from 4596, Storming Cobra from 2002, a Drone Racers set. Because, well, it's just a bit nicer. And I can move these and stick them on, well, anything really, because they've got little yellow flames on, and they have been badly placed. But yeah, I'll be moving those anyway, so that's not really a problem. Yeah, I think that's less cool, but I'll probably hold both of them up to it. This one came from 8302, Rod Rider. What? Less said about that name, the better. From 2011. Yes, so yeah, that's that. Lots of those. Right, so here is the old grey element of the old grey shrimp. It's getting these triples for my castle walls. You remember last time on that little bit of curtain wall we did sort of spiky wall tops. I'm going to need the world supply of these if I'm going to get them all in old grey, which these are. I can get them in light bluish grey quite easily. But yeah, I'm harvesting the universe for these. So I've dropped a few, but you get the idea. And lots of people have got one or two, but finding somebody who's got sort of 10 or more is very, very difficult. And this guy had about 15. So that is the old grey element of the title of the order. And it's, very, very important indeed, because I want it all to look absolutely fantastic and, well, like it was built at the same time, even though maybe it wasn't. So maybe it's not that important. But anyway, I'm getting a few of these sort of rock-shaped wedge pieces for, well, should I keep that as a surprise? I think I will. But that's going to be a shop selling something that involves those. Loads of flame pieces for my eventual towering inferno or out of the back of the jets of some flyers. Now this is important. Yes. Lovely, that sticker. So it's kind of a sort of screaming devil, it looks like, doesn't it? But the most important thing is that it's black on yellow. And I don't need the other one because there is a mirror version of this. I only needed one. It came on the 75893 Dodge Challenger and Charger from 2019. Where I think I'd rather have the 1970 Charger than the new one, even though it probably doesn't go anywhere near as fast. But anyway, and yeah, this is from the Challenger, of course, being yellow on the side sills. And yeah, I just wanted, well, I'm kind of in the market now for some yellow stickers. I'll probably get rid of that black bit there. And then I'm going to use them on my modular. So there's a clue for you. I'm designing a modular at the moment. I haven't started buying all the pieces for it, but I have started buying, because it's not completely finished, but I've started buying the sort of critical pieces, let's call it. Because if I can't secure those, then I need to redesign effectively, don't I? So this, believe it or not, is a critical piece to a modular. So yeah, that is absolutely great. And it's the sticker, obviously, rather than the piece it is on, though it may stay on the piece it's on. So that is probably enough to confuse all of you. But yeah, we might be seeing a few more stickers with outlines and a yellow background. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to building it. I've got to get finishing designing that because I'm desperate to get it built. You get quite excited about something and you just want to see it in real life. So that is going to be awesome. Hey, it's a sale that I don't have for my windsurfer collection, and it's a Heart Lake City 37 one, and that looks rather nice, actually. I like the fact that it's see-through, because then you get to sort of see the person using it, through it as well. So this came on 41037, Heart Lake Stephanie's Heart Lake Beach House from 2000 and Heart Lake 14, and yeah, that's a set, isn't it? Yep, literally nothing else to say about that one. There's nothing of interest at all on there, for me anyway. Apart from this lovely thing with a sort of flower outline or sort of tessellated shapes and stripes and stuff. Yeah, I love that. That is actually one of my favourite ones, and it's a little stretched at the bottom, but not too bad. It's got no massive, great big dents in it, and they would get, you know, used like that in real life. So yeah, that's not a problem. So I like that. Will that stay up? Yeah, that's pretty good. More of these. Hey, a jumper plate, double jumper plate for my one of my ghosts for the topper for my arcade building, because we're doing the 4 Pac-Man ghosts. So the pink one is the hardest one to buy for. There's still a couple of parts that I need for that haven't yet come onto Bricks and Pieces, of brand new sets, and the few vendors that have parted out the set that has the required parts on, I've got practically nothing else I need, and that sort of makes me think, oh, I can't just buy 2 pieces and spend a whole set of postage just for that. It just seems a bit excessive. But anyway, so that is all those bits. More fire. We've got a piston head from a kind of cylinder engine in red, and I think this is the second one I've bought, or at least I will need to. I can't remember if I've got one or if one's sort of in the post winging its way to me. But this is quite interesting because I was playing around with loads of parts. Do you remember that Duplo chicken? And somebody said, oh, you've got to make something that involves that, and it looks like a perfect 3D sign. Yes, it does. So I need to attach the Duplo chicken to another part of a building, but without using more Duplo pieces, which will make it look really chunky and nasty. And I was playing with all the sort of connections on its feet and stuff, and it seems that these piston heads are almost the right size. So I'm going to ram 2 of those in, and then you can use the normal sort of piston connection to turn this into a connection for normal parts. Or does it even fit on studs? No, it doesn't. So yeah, but we've got a pinhole and all sorts. So that will sort of convert it. So it's kind of like a Duplo chicken adapter, effectively. Should TM that and trademark that, a Duplo chicken adapter. There we go. So there's one of those. And then, oh, we've got another Alien Conquest head. So that is from the pilot. And we'll put that on this body for now. That looks wrong. Very wrong. Don't like that at all. Anyway, yeah, and loads more 2x4s. So that was that package, an absolutely awesome package with fundamental parts that I needed that was holding up the building of my Major Oak Hill, which will be where the old town blends into the castle. So that was holding that up. I think there might be one more package I need before I start that. Not sure, but definitely needed those because they're going right at the bottom. I definitely need another package that's got another raft of these in. But yeah, I'm jumping ahead now, and they obviously go on the top, so that won't hold anything up. Right, other stuff I got. Well, when I was buying all the sort of bricks and pieces for doing all of my ballast, I got some free gifts. So I got this one, which I'm not very impressed with. 30664 Police Off-Road Buggy Car from 2024. I like the wanted sign. I think I might have had it already. But the buggy, or is it a car, can't even seem to make its mind up, is a bit basic. So I think I'll be taking that apart. But the only reason why I chose that, because it's one of those ones where you could choose your free gift, is because I'd already bought another bricks and pieces order to do all sorts of ballast and sleepers and stuff like that, and got the Ninjaga version. So I thought it'd be better to get 2 free gifts that were different rather than 2 of the same, though with hindsight 2 of this might have actually been better. I mean, there's some useful pieces in here, but we've got a weird sort of temple profile thing and 2 minifigures, which are both in my mind better than that policeman. We've got Kai there and Rapton. Let's get the focus. Rapton. He's got lovely armor, this glowing neon sword, a lovely torso, and a head with this sort of visor on, and he's got one side with an open mouth with sort of pointy gold serrated teeth. Fabulous. And another one where, well, it's closed, so that's more boring. But yeah, for Rapton alone, I think I should have got that set twice. We could have had the Rapton twins. But anyway, we've got those and those. And then something that isn't brick-based, which is some tech for my channel. So at the moment, I've got a wired microphone on a headset, and that is quite unwieldy and gets annoying because it's attached with a cable to my phone. And this phone is getting out of date, and I need a new one. And it doesn't have the new one, a jack for a headphone socket. So I think I'm still going to use this one for brick halls, because with the monitor there right in front of us, it sounds really weird unless you have a microphone right up close. But this is the latest bit of tech where I can shove that into my new phone, and this with a magnetized sort of other side can just be attached to a bit of clothing and work through the wonders of Bluetooth or something. And yeah, so we're going to be trying that out from the next normal city video. And when I do, hopefully I won't have any issues with it and you have a completely soundless video, but you'll have to report back how it sounds. And you can do noise reduction and all sorts, but I did a bit of a test and it's quite funny actually. I had the noise reduction on, and then I was just testing different things, and I turned on my loop coaster and it completely cut out the entire sound of the loop coaster, which is no good at all, is it? I mean, you wouldn't even be able to hear me sort of dropping bricks or anything like that. So I think I'm going to try it with noise reduction off. So if you're a sound engineer, you can give me some top tips of how to make the best use of this. But yeah, there's two come in the set. So when that one runs out, I can move on to that one, and the other one will start charging again in its case. All very clever indeed. So yeah, without having a headset in the actual Lego room, I could just leave this charging the whole time and be, well, completely footloose and fancy free. So I'm looking forward to using that. That is a great improvement. Should I put that in the picture as well? Why not? So there we go. So that is our haul today. A bit small. Yeah, I seem to have almost run out of packages, but I am still buying. I've got to buy, design, and do videos, and do haul videos. Yeah, as per usual, super busy, but that is pretty good. I think the best thing is the shrimp, but the best disappointment, or worst thing, is the feet. I'm going to have to get in touch with a vendor and see if he's still got those to send me. So yeah, let's get on with that as well. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Actually, two of this Kai character would have been absolutely amazing as well. He looks great, doesn't he? Cross swords, but those eyes and that hood, yeah, I really like that. I'm tempted to get the whole set. I wonder if there are more Batman minifigures in variations, or more sort of Kais or something like that, because there's been a trillion of them as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I will be accepting guesses for my black outline on yellow piece. I doubt you'll get it. It's going to be pretty interesting if you ask me. But yeah, altogether an awesome haul, and first thing I'm going to do is check whether I can get on with building Major Oak Hill, because that is really pressing in my mind. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome brick hauls. Do also remember that if you want to support this channel, then you can do so by checking on the links in the description below. And then next week on this channel, I do think we'll be having a brick haul. And on the other channel, well, I've got an absolute ton to do, haven't I? So I'll just get on with it, basically. As always, head down, come on, let's get on with it. Make some progress. So until all of that, see you! Yeah, and I think I might be able to finish my green flyer as well. Woohoo!